Hey, I'm Jared Cohen at the Cohen Academy, giving you another paddle review. This is the Pickleball Apes Pro Line Energy S. They came out with a paddle that has a combination of raw carbon fiber and Kevlar. You can see the weave, it's like red and gray. It's the exact same shape as one of my old favorite paddles, the Rhombus R1 Pulsar. So it's about 16.5, 16.4 lengths, standard width. It's got that arrow curve top, makes it a little faster in the hands. So my impressions of it were the dinks felt really good. A lot of control, really nice to hit rolls with it. It's just easy to get that tip down. What's funny is shaping ATPs with it actually feels really good too. You just feel like you can be really creative at the kitchen line with it. So those are the pros. The other pro is when you take a full cut, the forehand drive, you can really get a lot of juice on it. As far as the cons, so I use the Gearbox Pro Power Elongated, and you know, that's probably the most powerful paddle out there that's legal. But to me, this just didn't have enough juice in terms of firefights, counters. Weirdly enough, my backhand is one of my best shots, and I couldn't generate enough power on my drives with it. I think it's 16.5 millimeters. So my advice to them would be to come up with something with more of a power core. I personally love this shape. This is my favorite shape, keep the edge guard, but just not enough power for me. And then the other thing is, it's kind of a high-pitched sound. When you hit it, it's kind of unpleasant. So if that's an issue for you, maybe not. But I got it for $80 on Black Friday. I mean, you're not gonna find a thermoform paddle with good dimensions, control like that for anywhere near that price. So for the price, I give it 10 out of 10 for me. It's not quite good enough to play tournaments with, but it's not a bad paddle just to dink around for fun or teach some lessons with. All right, and now we have my partner Ahmed, who's a sponsored player with Phantom. And don't mind my dogs wrestling in the background for some entertainment. I'll let you go.
Hi, so I was using this paddle, the Apes Pro Line Energy S. It's a pretty decent paddle. Like Jared said, it's more of a control paddle over a power paddle. So, like, depending on what your play style is, you can either really like this paddle or not like it a lot. My dinks were definitely good with it. My drops were pretty good too. I mean, it's great for moving up to the kitchen, but for like drives and fast hands, I mean, you can obviously get to the ball, but it's hard for those counters. Drives aren't as powerful as like other paddles, like Jared's Gearbox or my Phantom paddle. This is the paddle I use, the Trinity Phantom. This is more of a power paddle and control. I would say it's in between. It doesn't get as much power as like Jared's Gearbox, but it's still a pretty powerful paddle. It's about the same length, same handle, same, well actually it's a 14 millimeter instead of 16 millimeter. But yeah, I really like that edge guard too. It helps a lot. But back to this paddle, the pros I would say are definitely just control. Like, it's full control paddle, and like I said before, the play style is definitely a big thing. If you're a power player, it's not going to really work well for you, but control is great. Love the dinks, love the drops, and
it's got the power, but you just have to really swing hard.
Yeah,
to unlock it.
It's like, but then it's really hard to control that power also. I mean, you still have to get used to it and stuff.
Because you have to swing as hard as you can, then you lose a lot of control you're doing that.
Yeah, so yeah, I would say that's pretty much it.
All right, that's a wrap. They call it for short the PLES, Pro Line Energy S, for the shorter one. They have another one that's like that with a super long handle if you're a tennis guy and you like the super long paddles. I will say with those, they're good for singles, but for hand speed, it could probably be an issue once you go above 16.5.